Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 co-op video. Today we'll be taking a look at another forum post from the Chinese community. We'll see what Chinese co-op players have to say about the upcoming Mutation diplomatic immunity, which is polarity, barrier, and evasive maneuvers on Oblivion Express.
Ha 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 ha, polarity trains are here, but there's no just die this time, so it's much easier than railroad switch. The best strategy is still to fight head-on together and do whatever you need to do. There's evasive maneuvers this time. Your static D in front might allow ghosts to get in your base and see more buildings. So don't put too many buildings in front to prevent the ghosts from blinking in. The ghosts from the back will nuke you from the low ground. Both players must defend against them. Recommendations: Zerato P2. The yellow avatar can buff your allies' attack speed to ensure that they take out their train. Devolving the enemies also changes their polarity to steal the kills away, to reduce the pressure on your ally. Lastly, you can trap the artifact so you can quickly increase your army's beefiness. Legion is also good for fighting in the front lines. I recommend turning off autocast for the avatar's demote. Use it when the situation calls for it. Statman P2. He might not be as effective because of evasive maneuvers, but it doesn't matter because you have hardened shield links that heal 16 HP a second. Nova. Enemies that die to airstrikes won't blink. Use Lib Raven on the rest. Defensive drones can help out. Dehaka. In addition to creeper hosts, add impalers for the trains. Pack leaders are always good. And then there's Minx. Although you can gas the attack waves to save yourself a headache, because there's polarity plus evasive maneuvers, if you just gas the attack waves, you might leave behind non-polarity air units or reapers that would destroy your ESOs. The best answer is to also gas the train escorts. If you know how to gas the train escorts, then you don't need to ask which commanders are recommended. Just believe in yourself. If your ally doesn't know how to play, just leave sooner than later, since it's polarity after all. Next week is Chaos Studios on LNF. Enjoy!
It's easier than just die polarity trains. If you can spawn camp the spot where the train escorts spawn. I remember that for just die polarity trains, most people got wrecked because they spent too much time fighting escorts and not enough time fighting the trains. Then when the trains get to the ladder half, the attack wave comes, which means more warnings. And after that, another train comes, eventually snowballing. You can meme around, massing immortals as P2 Artanis.
And here I was about to meme around, mashing aberrations as P2 Zagara. I remember someone recommending P2 aberrations where there was just die and polarity on Chain of Ascension, but I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, another point is that a lot of people are used to attacking trains together, and when there's polarity, it's really slow to just rely on him to take care of trains in the early game, and he doesn't have enough AoE to bug out the revive. If one person is slow, the other one will also be slow, even resulting in letting trains go, and then the attack wave is here.
Perhaps it was me who recommended that. In fact, I always recommend P2 when using Zagara against polarity. Polarity requires tankiness and doesn't really need damage, which really suits P2. When there's a big attack wave, you can use Frenzy and just stomp the wave. Polarity really limits the performance of banelings, which is what P1 and P3 rely on. P2 is not negatively affected that much. With evasive maneuvers, aberrations, being able to walk over units is really helpful. Perhaps P2 isn't always better, but considering the ally factor, you can just F2 or A move over, so it's definitely the simplest. I remember just die polarity on COA really clearly. I used P2, randomly paired with the Lone Wolf. If it's not Tychus repeatedly coming out of the bar, it's having to fight everywhere and him dying each time. In the end, I beat it with a Together Wolf. The easiest one was when I was paired with an F2A Stepman who masked Lynx. I played all night, wanting to pair up with a P0 Arcanist, but that never happened. He's a perfect fit for aberrations. I might not have time to play next week. I just want to meme around. If I have time, I will definitely try the traditional P2 once and mask Static D with P3 once. And that's all for this post. More players will voice their experiences next week after the mutation goes live. The original link will be in the description below. That's it for now, and see you next time.